What's going on? Uh, Making this video for my cousin's son Lance, who is deploying in the Navy. Really proud of him, giving him kudos. But this is just a quick video on how he can secure his laptop while he's traveling, making sure it's a little bit more secure against the bad out there. So it's going to be short and quick. For a new laptop, there's a couple things or new system that you really want to do, specifically if you're traveling a lot. You're going to VPN service. You want to make sure that you got good antivirus software on there, and that you have safe practices, and that most of, if possible, you have multi-factor authentication turned on for things like Gmail that require like a smart, like an extra code. You have your username and your password, and then you have something else, like a 6-digit or 8-digit number, like most of the time with Google or something. So real quick, the VPN service I use is a virtual private network. What this does is it doesn't detect malware. It doesn't detect viruses or anything like that. What it does do, though, is it encrypts the data from your system to your destinations. Anything that's happening between. So if you go use a free Wi-Fi, a public Wi-Fi at like Starbucks or anything like that, by having a VPN on, yes, you do connect to their Wi-Fi, but all the data that's coming from your computer, whether it be to your bank, whether it be to your email, whether it be home, whether it be to some gaming platform, whatever it might be, that data is encrypted. Is it 100% bulletproof? No. But it does keep you safer along the way, okay? So that's the first thing I would recommend. If you're doing a lot of travel, is get a decent VPN. The one that I use is Nordvpn. They have really good deals. You get 68% off right now. If you're not happy, you get a money back, guaranteed, all that stuff. They also have DDoS mitigation built into their service program. So that's typically the one I do. There's a couple others out there, but this is the one I use for ease of use and pretty decent support. Okay. The next is built into Windows. I don't pay for an antivirus program. I don't believe in it because most of the ones out there, if you come to a site like Virus Total and you just want to run a file through, choose a file. I'm going to go to downloads. I'm just going to pick let's do Malwarebytes setup. How's that? You're going to see that like Virus Total, there's 55 different, well, it fluctuates. Sometimes it's 55 and goes up to 60 something different antivirus programs out there. They all do the same thing. Some of them are free, some of them are not. What I find amazing is Yomi Hunter here is saying that Malwarebytes is malicious when it's not, because that is the other program that I use and it's free. So there are some out there you have to be leery of that try to say, well, someone else is malicious when they're really not. Chances are I've never heard of Yomi Hunter, but hey, AVG we've heard of, Bitdefender we've heard of, ClamAV, which is usually for like Mac, is where that came from. CrowdStrike Falcon, Silence. These are all bigger names. They're all doing the same thing. But if you go to Windows, and built into Windows is a thing called Defender. It's built into your box. Virus and threat protection. You can do scans, you can update. Just use it. Let it just do its thing. Now, it's really good for your OS, not the best for browsers. So I supplement this with another free program. I let this run all the time. The other free program I run is Malwarebytes, which, again, I'll put links and everything in the description below and in the email I'm sending to Lance. But I don't pay for it. I don't do the buy now one. I don't want it running all the time. If you have two antivirus programs and they're running all the time, they're going to peg your system sometimes and cause some resource conflicts. The reason I like Malwarebytes is it does a fantastic job with cookies and cache data in browsers or browser applications. Like if you install apps like I don't know, Facebook Messenger app, things like that. They take up a lot of stuff and they have things that get left residual that can be bad. So I run Malwarebytes manually once a week, typically, just to look for stuff and clean up the browsers. Between those two, I'm pretty well covered. However, the caveat to that is most stuff out there is something that's trying to get you to click on something. You get an email, you get a pop-up, you get an ad, it's enticing you. So before you click on it, if you see like where my mouse is now, I'm hovering over, let me move this. You can hover over things in like emails and stuff, and it's going to pop up. Or you can copy, well, it's not, that's the personal one. Let me see right here. This is just because I'm already on that page. If you come over here and contact us, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, it says Malwarebytes contact. You're going to be able to see what that is if it's hidden. If it's something bad, it might say, it might have a really weird URL, and then at the end of it try to say that it's it, but it's not. It's you got to learn to look at the URLs before you click on it. Most of the bad happens in an email. You're going to get clicked. They're going to try and phish you and stuff. Not the best thing. So my recommendation for securing your systems: get a VPN for while you're traveling. Use it. I'm going to show you how to use it here in this video in a second. We'll let Windows Defender do its thing. Get Malwarebytes free. Never click on update, never click on the trial, just let it do its free thing. And between those, you're good. Then if you get curious, is this a link that I can trust? You can come in here and you can click on this, right? You can go in, copy the URL, you can go to Virus Total. You go to their home, you can click on the URL link, drop the URL in, and then hit search, and it's going to put it through 83 different search engines, protection engines, to determine if it's malicious or not. It's not always effective. If it's a 0-day or something like that, it could still not show up as bad. But you're going to get typically, you'll know for the most part if it's good or not. So you can always test it here. You can do URLs. You can even upload files that are sent to you and test them before you open them. Okay? Just a word of advice. All right, so let me do this. We're going to open up, do I have Nord running? Sorry, I just got home the other day. Yes, I think that's it. No, that's Wavelength. I'm going to close that. Yeah, so I have Nord. This is Nordvpn, right? So once if you pay for it, you sign up, you pay for like Nordvpn, you get their service and you sign into it. It's an app that runs on there. And you can say disconnect and just use your regular ISP, your home internet, no masked information. That means that your ISP, your internet service provider, can read and understand all that stuff. So I don't like using that. I don't like them snooping. It's not that I'm doing anything wrong. I just like my privacy. So a lot of times, see right here, I can do this. Just click on the United States. And all of a sudden, I'm protected. It's giving me a different IP address. So people can't find my home IP address, which often has geolocation information, but they also can't read the data packets because I've now put them in a secure encrypted tunnel between my PC and wherever my destinations are, wherever I'm going, whether it be to Nord's website, Malware's website, Best Buy, Amazon, any of those. It's all locked down. Okay, this is something I would recommend doing. And then if you just want to get off of that, because there's some things that don't work so well in VPN, you can always just click on disconnect. So I disconnect. All right, now I'm going to close this, and we're going to pop up Defender, right, which is built in to your box. Now you can do a quick scan. I think my last one, I just booted my PC the other day. 0 Fret Surround took 19 seconds. You can scan options, you can do full scan, all this other stuff, and just click now. So to get there, all you have to do is type in virus and threat protection, and it's going to pull you up to the virus and threat protection page from Windows. All right, so you can do all this stuff. You can look at the histories. You can manage the settings, like how often you want it. You can check for updates. It's all right in there. So all you do, again, click on the start button on the bottom, or the magnifying glass, and virus and threat protection, and it'll open it right up. You just come over here, click on it, system. Or if you don't want to do that and you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you can click on the gears and you go over to system. And where is it at? was it security? It takes me a minute to find it. Protecting this PC. No. Oh, that's projecting. Where's it at? Is it under? I thought it was. Oh, update and security. Here you go. And you can get to all the other stuff out here. I just find it easier to come through here and just do virus and threat protection. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to run Malwarebytes. I don't leave it running just because the reason I don't want it conflicting with Defender. Sorry for the blinked out there. So you'll see here that it'll say activate license. I'm not worried about it. I'm using free and I'm not using the business, so I'm allowed to do this. All I'm going to come do is I am going to scan. Okay, and I'm letting it check updates, the memories, the registry, and this is doing a pretty good job. And it's really hitting the browser pretty well. It takes a little bit longer sometimes than Windows Defender, but I run this manually out of habit every Friday night, typically after I get done with my podcast. And it keeps a really good job of keeping everything fairly clean. You can also use incognito, private browser modes, and everything else like that from your browser. And whatnot. There's a few things you can do there. I'll have to put in a link in the description below that you can do for securing a browser. It just depends on which one you use. I prefer Chrome right now as my default web browser because I can turn on Incognito Mode, which most of the time doesn't have any problems for most of the websites. Some of them don't work, so you have to turn off Incognito, but, you know, it's okay. So this will do its scan. When it comes back, it'll tell you if it's clean or not. So I have 0 detections. I'm done. I don't have any actions to take. If there was something to do, then you would do something, tell it to clean it up or whatever. Again, don't click on the activate license. Don't get a 14-day trial. Just do the free one. Use it manually once a week or so in combination with the Windows Defender, which mine is Windows Defender's on all the time. And then I can do a full scan. I have it set up to do a full scan once a week as well. All right, so those are the 3 big things that I do. The next one that I also recommend for just regular maintenance is on your box. If you click on the magnifying glass, type in storage. See storage settings pops up. And this is called storage. This is going to bring this Windows right here. It says storage sense can automatically free up space. Turn that on. If it's not on, turn it on. And you can see that it's going to manage your hard drive. So you come in, configure storage sense. Have it run once a week. You can go longer. As you can see, there's some drop downs if you want. One every day, not needed. Once a week, every month. Really depends on how active you are. Or only if you want it when your hard drive space is running. You're getting disk spacing. I do once a week just to keep it easy maintenance, right? This is going to free up random temp files and some other stuff that you wouldn't normally think about. Temporary in this delete temporary files. I have this every 30 days. This is whether from browser or software stuff, all these different things collect temporary files that take up space. All right. And can sometimes cause conflicts. So I get rid of those. I like to use my download folders, the folder that I download everything to. I manually clean that up. But for a lot of people, they download and they forget about it. They download, they execute it, and then go. If you download photos like family photos and stuff and don't move them, you want to tell it never because it'll delete them. If you just use your downloads, and then if you download photos or anything and then move them to a different location, a different folder or hard drive, then that's fine. And you can set it for something else. I say never because I'll manually clean out my downloads folder. I don't use OneDrive and you can clean it up now. This is going to do wonders for you to keep things fairly well cleaned up on your box. Okay. The next is we're going to come back here and like in Chrome, you can go to more, I think it's more tools. Yeah, more tools. And then you click on clear browser data. This is something you're going to want to do. It can get big after a while if you're doing videos or cached images, YouTube, studying, school, things like this. That'll clear that out and give you more space and also keeps, like if you store a lot of usernames and passwords, It'll clear that out if you tell it to do so under advanced settings. If you just go to basic, it's just going to get this. You can tell last hour or all time. I'll typically clear it out. Don't really do it all that often because I have mine set up to clear when I shut down the browser. It clears all that stuff out typically. What else should we say? You can come in also if under the settings is the security and the safe browsing, enhanced protection. You can turn that on to make it a lot more secure, depending on what you're wanting to do. It gets a lot more in your face. I'm a little more versed on what I do and what I don't do as a security guy. I would recommend just the standard protection. Enhanced many times if I'm in school or something has caused conflicts with some of the school sites. So just be careful on that one. So that's about it. Again, you look in the description of the links, in the description below the video, there's going to be links to where to get this stuff. So that's just it, quick and easy. I didn't want to make this super long because I don't want to bore those of you watching or Lance on all this. There's other sites you can go to as well that have some things explained. I'm going to put a couple links. Sans did a really good video on how to understand phishing, and I'm not going to recreate it because I don't want to take credit for stuff that they did. I'll put that in the link as well below. Very much recommend watching that. Phishing attacks are how bad actors or threat actors, as we call them, trick people into clicking on links and filling out information. I also did a different security video 6 or 7 months ago. I'll put that in the link as well at the end of this video. That helps talk about keeping yourself safe. If you got questions, Lance, hit me up. You have my cell phone. I'll give it to you. Anyone else that's watching the video, you can hit me up in the comments below or hit me up in streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch. All right. Anyways, I could get this off so we can get it and get it taken care of before it ships out. And Lance, again, I am very proud of you, man. I give you much kudos for your service, and hopefully everything works out, and I think you're gonna have an amazing experience. And again, if you never need anything, I don't care what time of the day it is, what time of the night it is, hit me up, man. All right, love you. I'll talk to you later.